Hi everybody, I am Teacher Joe, and in this video we are going to talk about past simple tense. Now, the past simple tense can be used to explain general states, action and habits, but in this video our focus is going to be on regular and irregular verbs. So first, we are going to look at the spelling patterns of regular verbs in the past simple tense. So in the past simple tense, we add ed to the base form of the verb. So for example, we have the base form of a verb select. So in the past simple tense, we add ed making selected. And accept, we add ed making accepted. But there is an exception to this rule. That is, if the base form of the verb ends in E, then we add D. So for example, smoke ends in E. So in the past simple tense, we add D, making smoked. And type ends in E. So in the past simple tense, we add D, making typed. So with regular verbs in the past simple tense, we simply add ed or D to the base form of the verb. And with verbs ending consonant plus vowel plus consonant, in the past simple tense, we double the last consonant used plus ed. So for example, we have hug. Now, H is a consonant, U is a vowel, and G is a consonant. So we double the last consonant used, that is G. We double it plus ed, making hugged in the past simple tense. And next, shape. Now, H is a consonant, I is a vowel, and P is a consonant. So we double the last consonant used, that is P. We double it plus ed, making shaped in the past simple tense. And with verbs ending consonant plus Y, in the past simple tense, we simply omit the Y and put I in place, plus ed. So for example, we have the base form of a verb cry, which ends in Y. So in the past simple tense, we take out the Y and put I in place, plus ed, making cried. And 2, try. We omit the Y and put I in place plus ed, making tried in the past simple tense. Now, let's look at irregular verbs in the past simple tense. With irregular verbs, the past simple tense changes from the base form of the verb. Now, let's look at some examples. Number 1, we have the base form of a verb eat, which in the past simple tense changes to ate. Write changes to wrote. Drink changes to drank. Buy changes to bought. And send changes to sent. So with irregular verbs, the past simple tense changes quite a bit from the base form of the verb. At this point, we are going to look at how to make affirmative or positive sentences with regular or irregular verbs in the past simple tense. And this is how the structure looks like. We have the subject plus the base form of the verb plus D or ed. Now, let's look at some examples. Number 1, Mary watched a good movie last night. In this sentence, the subject is Mary, and the base form of the verb is watch, which is a regular verb. So we add ed, making watched. And number 2, I baked a cake for her. In this sentence, the subject is I, and the base form of the verb is bake, which is a regular verb and ends in E. So we only add D in the past simple tense. And number 3, Tim and I bought a new camera. In this sentence, the subject is Tim and I, and the base form of the verb is buy, which is an irregular verb. So in the past simple tense, it changes to bought. And to make negative sentences with regular and irregular verbs in the past simple tense, we simply put did not between the subject and the base form of the verb. Now, let's look at some examples. Number one, I did not eat breakfast this morning. In this sentence, the subject is I, and the base form of the verb is eat. So we put did not between the subject I and the base form of the verb eat. And number two, the machine did not work well. In this sentence, the subject is the machine, and the subjective pronoun for the machine is it. And the base form of the verb is work. So we put did not between the subject, the machine, and the base form of the verb work. Number three, Jack and I did not go on the trip. In this sentence, the subject is Jack and I, and the base form of the verb is go. So we put did not between the subject, Jack and I, and the base form of the verb go. And to form questions with regular and irregular verbs in the past simple tense, this is how the structure looks like. We begin with the helping verb did plus the subject, that is I, you, we, they, he, she, and it, plus the base form of the verb, plus the rest of the sentence, then the question mark. So let's look at some examples. Number one, did you eat breakfast this morning? So we begin with the helping verb did, plus the subject you, plus the base form of the verb eat, plus the rest of the sentence, then the question mark. And number two, did it rain last night? In this question, we begin with the helping verb did, plus the subject it, plus the base form of the verb, which is rain, plus the rest of the sentence, then the question mark. And number three, did Jane go to a good university? In this question, we begin with the helping verb did, plus the subject Jane, plus the base form of the verb go, plus the rest of the sentence, then the question mark. I believe that you have learned or reviewed a lot in this video, because that is the main objective of this channel. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and become a member of Speak English with Joe. And not forgetting to like, comment, and share the video as well. Thank you for watching, and see you again in the next video. Goodbye.